Lagi. So hi guys, good evening. So how are you today? I hope all of you have a good condition as well. So today topic we have it's about times, and we have three speaker for today. And the first speaker is Julian Fernando, and the second is Ananda Sofia, and the third one is Nanda Zainur Rahman. Maybe just go to the first. Oh, but no. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Vicky Hermawan. I'm as moderator right now, and yeah, just go to the first speaker. The first speaker is Julian Fernando. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, the screen is yours. Miss Nanda, help me to share the screen.
Okay. Good evening, guys. So, my name is Julian Fernanda Putra. I'm from Vocational High School 1 Surabaya. And so, let's get started. So, the time. Time goes on. Learn from the past. Prepare for the future. Give your best to this day. Next. The meaning of time. Time, or time according to the Great Dictionary of Indonesian, 1997. This is the whole set of moments when a process, did, or state is or takes place. In this case, the time scale is interval between two states or events, or it can be the length of time and even less. Next, types of time. The main types of timers or clocks are 1. Sundial, 2. Analog, 2. Analog clock, 3. Digital clock. Definition of sundial. A sundial or sundial is a simple device that shows the time based on the movement of the sun in the meridians. The sundial is very old-fashioned timekeeping device. No one knows exactly when this device was made. The oldest sundial ever invented. Most of them are of Greek origin, in the form of a circular information with a marker in the middle invented by Chaldean Berosus, who lived around 340 before century. Several other sundial artifacts were found in Tivoli, Italy in 1746, in Castel Nuovo and Vigano in 1751, and in Pompeii in 1762. Next, definition of analog clock. Analog clocks and digital clocks are the clocks used to date. The analog clock works manually by using three needles that rotate and lead to the numbers around the clock. In addition, this clock can also show minute and second. Next, understanding digital clocks. While the digital clock is a clock developed using electronic technology, main display uses an LCD screen to display time in digital. Clocks have better accuracy compared to analog clocks, which are up to milliseconds. In addition, this digital clock is usually equipped, equipped with a light, stopwatch, and date. point of view a time. Each society has a relatively different view of the time they live. For example, Western societies see the time as a straight or linear line. The concept of a straight line about time is followed by, by the formation of a concept about the sequence of events. In other words, human history is seen as a process of travel in a timeline from the past, present, and future. Unlike Western societies, Hindu society sees time as a cycle that keeps repeating endlessly. Next, for the
So sorry for cut off your presentation. It's Ananda Sophia turn to explain about the next material. Ananda Sophia. So sorry, Mr. Julian.
yeah, it's
Okay,
okay.
okay,
Okay,
thank
Ananda Sophia, the
you.
screen is yours.
Okay, thank you. For the concept of time is in history. Point one, development. The first thing on the concept of time is history is development. That is, history will see and record events that show the occurrence of things in society from to another, generally from simple type to more complicated form. Point two, continuity. The second, a continuity on continuity. So from that continuity, it will give birth to new condition, but it will still be inherited or continued because it is considered good by society. At point three, repetition. Repetition becomes the third thing on the concept of time. In history, repetition occurs before it repeated itself in the aftermath of our present. Point four, can with regard to repetition, it will produce things because all practices are considered inadequate to support progress and living argument. The importance of time. Time is understandable is small pieces, but when looking at the larger span of time, it is almost impossible to understand. So let's start small for minutes or days. You probably spend the last uh, 24 hours prepping and working, and also spend most of your day on the internet. Day becomes weeks, becomes months, and eventually becomes 1 year. Why can it be said to be important? Let's analyze together the effect of time on each event. Let's take a look at 2017. Point one, the French began training athletes to hunt down tourist drones. Point two, fresh nuclear power plants hot contest to select their news workers. Three, this and people on the internet and making it a challenge to add. Let's analyze it further.
Um, so sorry, uh, Miss Nanda Sophia. It's Wahyu Eric. Sorry, Mas Nanda Zainur Rahman. It
Okay.
his turn to explain about his material. Thank you, Ms. Nanda, for your explanation. Sir Nanda Zainur Rahman, the screen is yours.
Okay, let's analyze it further. Next, in March 20, 2011, the Syrian civil war began and is still going on. After 7 years, most of Jews were born in the 20th century, which had two of the most devastating in human history and the Cold War. For the first time, we can destroy ourselves with no nuclear weapon, and we almost did, but we also have space threats and leave the Earth for the first time. The internet was created, which led to the formation of Facebook, Twitter, and Messenger. We are not sure if this is a good development. The average human being lives about 78 years, which cover most of the recent history. Next, do you know the oldest person on Earth? Next, the oldest person living on Earth today is Jeremiah, who was born in 1000 X 1000. I'm sorry, 1896, which means his birth was closer to the time Napoleon ruled Europe than it is today. Just 205 years ago. Its influence, its influencer of 10. Next, farmers become workers and knowledge become easier to spread around the steam we begin the progress that is causing climate change today, not long ago actually. The theory of evolution changes the way we see ourselves and the world we live in. Newton worked on his theory of gravity. Within distant stars and very small bacteria. Next, the importance of them during the 15th century. Next, Columbus' discovery of America and the fall of Constantinople, marking the end of the Middle Ages War West. Outright and the Middle Ages, but the number on killer was this. The Black Plague killed Arthur or European in just 6 years. Sick about here ago West tables on of the calendars that most of the world used, but for the Romans, the world was Asian. The Great Pyramid was built. Uh, Next,
Mas
just
Nanda Zainur Rahman, it's enough. So just go to the. Oh, okay. I think Mas Wahyu Eric have some problem connection, so you can continue your explanation. Next, Mbak Nanda. So Mr. Nanda will continue his explanation. Next, Mas Nanda bisa dilanjut ya.
yes. Uh, we live together about five human species on Earth that have yet or been killed by us about 2 million years ago. Our ancestors already had control over fire and tools from wood and stones, and 6 million years ago, the last ancestor of chimpanzees and humans operate. So the script is a human history or close relative Homo erectus survived 10, 10 times larger than we have existed. The small part is the human era. Next, now let's see what we know about the future. Next, in roughly 1 billion years, the sun will become so hot that life on Earth becomes impossible. The death of the sun 4 billion years later, marking the end of the end of life in the solar system. If we want to have a chance to survive, we must go to space. Next, What happened after that? Next. In the next 100 billion years, most of the largest stars in the universe will the universe become dim and dim only illuminated by small red and with those star but they will also the end one day. The last star in the universe will the universe will turn dark and even at some point the black hole will evaporate. And when the our universe will reach its final state. Head dates. Next.
Okay, this is let's slide.
So that's last slide. So yeah, I think that's all for today. If you have any question, just go to the comment section or type to the chat box or unmute your microphone. So if there's no question, I will close this meeting. I'm Vicky Hermawan from Padepokan Simeo. Uh, Good evening, guys. Have a nice day. See you
Have a nice day. Thank you.
anytime.